Hello, it's Min Ling from Brand Fame. I'm super excited to be here today, and today's topic is all around the number one key to good branding. So if you're new to my scope or my live stream, because I'm on both, go ahead and say hello. I'm going to just give it a moment so that people can join us, and I'm going to go ahead and block that on Periscope. So yeah, go ahead and let me know who you are and where you're coming in from, whether you're on Facebook Live or on Periscope. Again, my name is Min Ling. I'm a intuitive branding coach and strategist. So I have many years of experience working for corporations such as Nestle. I worked on Lean Cuisine. I launched $1 million products with them. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you this number one key to good branding. So if you're excited about it, let me know. I'm going to just go ahead and share this real quick. The Facebook Live real quick, and then I'll just go ahead and get started in just a moment. So if you're new, go ahead and let me know who you are, where you're from, and we'll go ahead and get started. Cool. Okay, so again, my name is Min Ling. I'm a branding strategist and coach, and I help people figure out what their core message is of their brand. So branding, there's different components to branding. There's the visual side, and then there is also the internal side. And I like to work on the internal side. And the reason why I like to do this is because you have to know your brand from the inside out. Because branding is not just about logos, not just about websites, not just about graphics. It's really knowing what you stand for and how you're positioned against the competition. And that is really the number one key to good branding. So, for example, Nike, one of the premier brands out there, they bought a logo for like $35. Their logo means nothing without their brand, and it's not until they created a brand around that logo did it take off and did they become a multi-billion-dollar company. So it's really not about the logos, it's not about the graphics, it's not about the websites. Those elements help and shape your brand and shape the perception. But the number one key to good branding is knowing how you want to position yourself in the market, especially against your competitors. You see, branding is all about perception and owning space in people's minds. When you own a space in somebody's mind, you have a brand. You don't have a brand until you own perception. And you will want to dictate that perception, or else somebody is going to dictate that perception for you. So if you don't tell people how you want to be perceived through your branding elements, then they will go ahead and create a brand for you in their mind. So branding is all about perception and owning mind space about what your brand is and stands for. So what you need to do in order to create a brand that people like, that people want to buy, you need to figure out how you want to be positioned against your competitors. So you need to know how your competitors are positioning themselves. Are they, a super fun brand? Are they, a very serious brand? Are they, what is their message? You want to know all those things when you start to position yourself, because you don't want to be on top of your competitors, especially if they've been out for a long period of time. And the biggest mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is that they don't think about these things before they create the website, before they create the logos. They're just like, oh, I want these pretty graphics, right? Pretty graphics does not give you a brand. A brand is only a brand if you own this perception in your ideal client's minds. And so what you need to do is to go ahead and figure out where you want to position yourself. I'm going to give you an example with cars, okay? So there are different cars and automobiles in the market. Everybody drives in America, right? And so people buy different cars for different reasons. And so when car companies look at their brand positioning, they need to figure out where they play. Where in the market do they own mind share? And so, for example, Volvo, it does a really great job of this. They own the mind share of safety. That is something that they own. They are really well positioned to own safety. All the other cars, maybe have like cool designs or are really fast, but they own this feeling of safety. And what they do is, because they know this and they know that's their position, they start to create ads, they start to create other elements within their cars that reinforces their positioning of safety. And so when they're able to do this, then people start to think, oh, that's what Volvo stands for. Volvo stands for safety. Subaru, another great example. They own the space of love. That's how they want to be perceived in the market. And so all their advertisement is all about like giving the Subaru love and, this warm fuzzy feeling. That's what their advertising is around. And so they're owning that space of love. Harley Davidson is another classic example. What they own is that liberation, that freedom. Wind blowing in your hair and just driving down the open road and all this stuff, right? So they own the position of liberation, and all of their ads, all of their print ads, their media ads, all talk about, or at least showcases in their pictures, this idea of freedom. So when you have your positioning down, when you know what that is, that's when you're able to create a good brand, because you are basically sharing what you want to be perceived as to your ideal clients. Back to Nike, they want to be perceived as the most innovative and the best athletic performance wear, right? So they align themselves with top tier athletes. They do endorsement deals with like some of the top athletes in their sports. They also have a history of innovating and being before the trend and the forefront of trends as well too. And people think of Nike and they think of that liberation, not liberation, I was back to the other example. They think of Nike as innovative, and they think of Nike as being the best. And that's how they were able to position themselves and really grow from, a small company with a $35 logo to a multi-billion-dollar company. And now the logo is actually worth way more than that because they built a brand around it. So when you think about branding, don't just think about logos, websites, or graphics. You really want to think about how you are positioned against your competitors, where your competitors are. How are you showcasing yourself in a different way? If, I see a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in the coaching world, that are trying to be this lifestyle coach, like that, oh, I have a jet-setting lifestyle and, I'm so glamorous and all this stuff. But, how are you really different than the other person that's talking about that? There's really nothing that's separating you. So you want to think about how you can see things a little bit differently, how you can present yourself differently so you're not lumped in with all those other lifestyle coaches as well too. Because I've seen so many websites that are all about, the glamorous picture, like in front of the Eiffel Tower or on a beach and all this stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with pretty pictures, but you want to think about how you want to be perceived, your persona, before you go ahead and do any of the branding elements, such as your website logos and graphics, and that's why it's so important to understand. Now, if you want more branding tips, definitely go ahead and go to brandfameschool.com/it-guide. You can go ahead and download my ebook. It's been downloaded over 1,800 times, and it's absolutely free. You can go ahead and download it, and I walk you through what makes an it brand an it brand, and I give you exercises in there. Again, it's completely free. It's brandfameschool.com/it-guide if you're interested in finding out more about how to create a good brand, how to become the next it brand in your industry, and really really start thinking about the different layers. Yeah, Shamiko, so the website is brandfameschool.com/it-guide. So it's brand and then FAME, fame, school.com/it hyphen or dash guide. It's also in my Facebook link, since you're on Facebook as well too. So that's, you can go ahead and download that if you want more information about how to really, create your brand. Oh, thank you, Shamiko, for posting it in Facebook Live. So just to recap, a brand is not a logo, it's not a website, it's not a graphic. Those are not the keys to good branding. The key to good branding is knowing how you are positioned against the competition in the marketplace, so that you can go ahead and be different. You can own mind space in your ideal client's minds, so that you are definitely positioned out there in a different spot than your competitors. Because when you're on top of your competitors, it's hard to stand out. But if you are able to see how you can be different, a different position in the market, then you start to be known for that thing that you want to be known for, and the people that want that thing will come to you. So again, make sure that you really think about how you are positioned in the market. You're welcome, Shamiko. So excited. So if this was helpful, let me know in the chat box. I'll be doing more scopes, and I'll be doing more Facebook Lives. I'm doing it at the same time. So let me know if you're liking this. You can, press the screen for hearts or likes, and you can go ahead and comment. You can also go to Facebook to join my mastermind as well too. It's a free mastermind, Brand Fame Mastermind. Just search for that in the search bar. And again, if you want to go ahead and download my ebook, it's 100% free. It's brandfameschool.com/it-guide to go ahead and grab some more information about how to create your own IT brand. So thank you guys so much for being here. I had a lovely time, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.